In this episode, we're going to look at the new Comica wireless dual-channel wireless microphone system with built-in backup recording. This is the first one I'd actually consider using on my production, so let's check it out. This is the Comica Boom XD Pro D2. It's a 2.4 gigahertz dual-channel onboard recording wireless microphone system. We're going to unbox this together. It's still factory sealed. And then we're going to hook it up to the camera, and we're going to take a listen to the audio that this unit delivers once I get it unboxed and show it to you guys. And then we'll do some recording with this and see how it performs actually on this camera. And I'll use it for future videos if the sound is acceptable, which I fully expect that it will be. In the box, a carry case. Here we have two transmitters and a receiver. The receiver can mount onto your camera or your recording device. It has an output here and headphones so you can monitor what's going on. USB port on the side for charging, I'm sure. Power, the mode, and then these are probably level controls for the two microphones. And here's microphone number one. Looks like it's got a built-in microphone as well as a place to plug an external mic, and also second microphone here. It also comes with these accessories, so let's take a look at what we get in the accessory pack. Get a cable to connect to a smartphone. This is the cable to connect it to a camera or a switcher. One lavalier microphone. Should be two of these in here. A bunch of USB cables for charging, and this has probably got one cable, one USB A to 3 USB C, so that you can charge all three devices at once. I haven't looked this up, but I think the orange cable is probably the data cable and the two black ones are charging only. That way you can use this cable, plug it into your PC for charging up and transferring data. A second microphone for the second transmitter, and the last, actually there's two more in here. What are these? These might just be extra windsocks for the mic, or is it for the microphone on here? Little fuzzies that go over top of the microphone for when you're operating in the wind. This goes over top of that microphone. So you can clip this on and just wear the microphone, and this will keep away wind noises and so forth. So there'll be two of those. This is another one here for the other one. So that's what those are. We'll just leave those tucked up here. We don't need to look at the last one. First things first though, I'm going to make sure that this is charged up, and then we'll try it out. Charge up, I've got my adapter not included. This way you can charge all three from one source, one power source, or if you're plugging it into the computer, only one of them is going to have a data connection for transferring data down to the computer. The other two can be charging while you're transferring data from the internal memory, because both these microphones have 16 gigs of internal memory built in. How much charge there's in the battery. Let's just unplug it and try turning it on and see if there's a charge. There should be a charge in the battery, a portion of a charge, maybe not. Where is it? Power over here. Okay. That's got a full charge, it looks like. Record. So if I'm not mistaken, I can press the button on here, and this probably will record if I press and hold. And this will now record directly onto, there's got to be some built-in memory on here, so you can use this as a standalone recorder without having to connect it wirelessly to the camera. So that should be recording what I'm saying on the microphone now, built in. I press the button again to stop it. We should look at the specs and just see what each of these will record. The onboard recording has 16 gigabytes of internal memory, which will record for about 48 hours. And of course you can download the files directly, plug it into your computer over USB, and this will of course allow you to download the files that you've recorded when you're using it as an external recorder. It says supports digital and analog output mode, universal for camera and phone and PC. A couple different modes that it can operate in. It can operate in mono mode or stereo if you're using both microphones, or what they call safety. Safety records dual, and it records one at 6 dB less than the main channel. That way, if something is excessively loud and causes distortion, the safety channel will record at lower level. So you can select, this is in the receiver, right? You can select mono, stereo, or safety. Just reading through the manual here to figure out which input to use. I think I'm using this cable. We're going to connect it to the camera momentarily. You can use it using either the built-in microphone, like the one here. I've got the wind sock on this one. You can clip this on directly, clip it onto your shirt or whatever, or if you want, you can plug an external microphone into it, clip this onto your belt, and then run the microphone up and clip that onto your collar. So you've got both options to do. What I'm going to do when I test it today is I'm going to use a transmitter and just use the built-in microphone, and we'll try that. One of the things that's kept me from using external microphones in the past is I don't like having cables hanging around. They get caught up on things and don't really want to get mic'd up, and I guess this goes down here to lock that in place. That's what that's for. Right? The little clip there that locks the plug in so that the plug doesn't actually get popped out when you're moving around. But one of the things I don't like is I don't like wearing cables and stuff. So I'll be doing this option. I'm going to clip this onto my shirt, and that should hopefully give me better audio than I've been getting. I'm just going to do it in single channel mode. Obviously, if I want a stereo sound, I'd clip two of them on, but we'll do it in mono mode to test it out. So first things first, I'll turn on the receiver, and I'll turn on the transmitter. It should it's in mono mode now. If I turn on the transmitter, I'll probably have to pair this. Let's see if it'll go into there we go. You see it's automatically paired when I'm speaking. You're hearing and seeing it show up on the screen. If I turn on the second unit, it should go into stereo mode. And of course, I have the option that I can also record. Transmitter's on, and there's B. Now we see both of them. The receiver is in mono mode right now. If I tap, so right now it doesn't matter which microphone I tap. There's the B receiver. Hello, that's the B receiver. But both outputs would be the same. I believe if I tap the mode button, it will switch over to stereo. So now I could record a stereo recording, and it would record a stereo file and output a stereo file from the receiver here. And then the third mode would be safety. And what safety does is it'll record the second channel as recorded lower, 6 dB lower. And then you've got the gain buttons on the side here, so you can -6, -4, -2, 0, +2, +4, +6. Same with the other one. But one would record, it would record two channels, one 6 dB lower than the other. And then back to mono. Mono, both outputs would be the same from both microphones. This can also output USB directly to the computer. So if you were going to record directly onto a computer, if you're using this, say, for live streaming into a computer, you could plug that in directly to a computer or to the smartphone, and it'll transfer digitally. Or I can use the audio output to go directly into the camera, which is what I'm going to be doing when I test this. So I'm going to turn this one off now because I'm going to only use, actually I'll I'll play around with both of them, but we'll turn this one off for now and get this set to go. So let me hook this up to the camera, and we'll see what the audio sounds like. Okay, now I'm using the lavalier mic. I have not set anything up other than it's set for -6 dB. And I don't know whether these adjustments do anything. -4, -2, 0 dB, and +2, +4, +6, and back down to -6. The camera probably going to set the levels automatically anyway, so but it is plugged in. I'll be recording in mono now, just the one microphone. If I were to switch the unit to stereo, which by pushing the mode button, I can switch this to stereo, and now I should just be on the left channel until I turn on this other microphone. So if I turn this other one on, press the power button. And this is the microphone that I've got the external mic on. So once it kicks in, now I've got stereo recording. And if I tap this microphone, you'll hear it just in the right channel. So that's operating in stereo mode. I'm going to press safety and just see what happens. So now it's in safety mode. The right channel should be much lower than the left. It should be 6 dB down from the left. And if I tap on the microphone, we should hear it on both channels, which we do. But as you'll hear, and I can see it on the microphone level meter on the camera, because the camera does have a mic level recording, that it is about 6 dB lower than the left channel from regarding whichever microphone I'm talking to. Back to mono. Both microphones are going to deliver the same sound. If I tap on this one, I hear it on both. And if I turn it off, now I'm just down to the single microphone again, which is this one here that I'm wearing. That one there. So this is just meant to be a short little demonstration of this new microphone system that I received to show off to you guys. I'm going to be using it in future videos for sure. I'm probably just going to use it in the mode that it's in right now. Depending on how it sounds, I should actually try both ways. I should try it with the built-in microphone, and I should try it with the external. So maybe we'll plug the external mic in and just see how that compares. So I'll just take this mic out and I'll plug the external microphone in here. Actually, I can probably just switch them over. Probably just as easy. There. Okay, now I've got just the external microphone, this one. I'm going to clip that on just to see how it sounds by comparison. So now the lav mic is just clipped onto my shirt in the same place that the transmitter was before, just so we can hear what the difference in the sound is, and go from there. But that's a quick look at the Comica wireless microphone, and you guys can hear how it sounds. So say I did make a recording on this one. I think it was this one. So we'll download the recording from here onto the computer so that we can take a listen to that and see what the files are. They're probably WAV files, I'm thinking, is what this records in. But we will download the signal from here, plug it into the PC, and then I can play that back as well. So we'll just turn this back on while I'm doing that. Just make another recording. Now I should be recording. The recording indicator is flashing, so I'm recording on here, but this is also outputting a signal that is being mixed into the audio on the camera. So the nice thing about this is that you've got the ability to put the microphone in record mode. You're using it as a wireless microphone, but if you're not recording and something gets said, you've got a recording of it. You've got a backup that's on the unit itself. Gee, I wish they had these when I was doing weddings. When I used to shoot weddings many years ago, what I would do is, because I had a wireless mic when people were making speeches and stuff, I had a wireless microphone on the podium. But there were times where I was changing shots and stuff and I wasn't recording, and somebody would say something and we would miss it. So what I used to do is I used to run a separate tape recorder, and I just had a cassette tape. I was using digital. I was using DAT. I was using my little Sony TC-D3, and I had that sitting up on the podium, set to LP mode, and plugged into power so that it would record. And then the entire evening, I just left it recording, so that anybody that came up to the podium and made a speech or whatever, if I missed the beginning of it, getting the camera on, then at least I had the recording of the speech, and I could start out with a cutaway shot and then cut into the person speaking once I got synced up. But something like this for someone doing like an event videographer doing weddings and so forth, or interviews or anything, this is almost invaluable, because you've got a recording that you can just run, and it's digitally recording what's going on, and you can play it back later. I guess reporters probably would find something like this useful too. A field reporter could just, here's your recording. It's kind of the best of both worlds, even without using it with the wireless receiver. Anyway, I'm going to stop this recording on here now, and we're going to dump the files, and we'll take a listen to how it sounds. But so far, what I've seen here, I like what I see. Here's our specifications. So it's a 2.4 gigahertz dual channel wireless microphone, global free frequency. It's 2.4 gigs, so it's going to be prone to interference from, I'm sure, some things like Wi-Fi. 48 kilohertz, 16-bit audio recording, one-click intelligent denoising. Onboard recording, 16 gigs of internal memory for 48 hours of recording. You can transfer high-speed files, of course. Digital analog output, universal for camera, phone, PC, etc. Safety channel for ultimate flexibility in post-production. That's you've got your 6 dB down recorded secondary recording, so that if something is too loud, it won't distort. Visual power, audio dynamic monitor, and other functions. Real-time audio monitor, can plug a set of headphones into it. So this should do the job. We'll switch back to the other microphone before I close off, because I am using the lapel mic now, or the lavalier, as some people will call them. We'll switch it back. Okay, now I'm back to using this microphone that's built in with the... How does that work? Does that work good? For wind? Anyway, I'm back using the entire unit. If I clip it on, now this is the sound you can expect using this microphone built in without using a lapel. We're going to be using this in future videos. I'm already liking this. I had another one that I received a while back, and I don't use it just because I didn't like it. It was just too cumbersome to use with all the cables and stuff, and it needed its own power cord and everything. It was like, so here I was plugging it into my camera, and I had to have another power cord that was powering up the receiver, and the transmitter was separate from the microphone, and it was just kind of a pain, so I never bothered to use it. This is one I think I likely will use, because I'm already liking the layout. If the sound is half as good as I hope it's going to be, this will be my permanent solution for recording audio in the shop here, because I can put this on and it's completely unobtrusive, and it doesn't get in the way with wires and stuff. Anyway, I'm going to throw a link in for the description for the unit. I've talked way too long so far. This is more about showing you guys how it sounds, and that was why I've kind of talked a little excessively on this, is so that you guys can see how this is going to perform, and I'll figure it out too, because I haven't heard it yet. This is the first time I've seen it, so I'll say thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one coming up real soon. Bye.